Superfly 4s on feet. On my left foot I have the stock laces that come with the shoes, and on my right foot I have a pair of reflective royal blue SR4U replacement laces. If you're interested in a pair of replacement laces for yourself, check out the website sr4ulaces.com. It'll be linked in the description of this video. Now, in terms of how these things fit and feel, the Superfly 4, like I said, doesn't feel like any other shoe on the market other than maybe the Best Obra, and even that shoe does feel a little bit different than these. They have a tighter fit, they wrap your foot really nicely, pretty much no extra space on the inside of the shoe whatsoever, but it also has a very flexible sock-like sensation. You will notice some stiffness in the heel area of the shoe, especially if you haven't worn these before. That is something that goes away after some break-in time, and break-in time really is key with this shoe. It's not so much that they're uncomfortable at first, but it's just that they feel and fit your feet different than normal soccer shoes would. So it's really more a period of just getting used to them as opposed to actually breaking them in. As long as you take that slowly, you don't directly go into sprinting, you don't wear them straight into a game, you don't wear them taking a whole entire session of free kicks for 2 hours, you shouldn't have any issues with blistering. Again, take it slow, wear them around your house, take a couple of kind of easy training sessions in them, and you should be good to go as far as comfort and the whole breaking process is concerned. As far as the fit goes, the tighter fitting shoe, not necessarily ideal for a wider foot type, so please keep that in mind. If you have wide feet, probably not the best option for you. The upper also is not going to stretch. It'll maybe soften up a little bit, but it won't stretch at all. It'll maintain its shape pretty well. So again, if you've fit in mercurials in the past, you're not going to have any issues with the Superfly 4 either. And as far as sizing goes, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible. Size you're wearing in the current Nike model or the men's equivalent of that Nike model, and go up 1.5 sizes and you'll have the exact same fit. Again, they're not women's fit, they're not more narrow, they're not any different in shape whatsoever. It's the exact same construction, the exact same shoe, just different sizing and a different color on the outside. So in terms of how these things fit and feel on feet, they feel like a regular pair of Superfly 4s. It's got a tighter fit as you would expect from any mercurial model, so really no extra space on the inside of the shoe whatsoever. But with that being said, they're going to be suitable for a lot of people. They're not specifically for extremely narrow feet. As long as you don't normally struggle with shoes being too tight, you shouldn't have any issues with the Superfly 4. But if you do have wider feet, probably not the best option for you, especially considering these things aren't going to stretch very much at all. I already explained the sizing. As far as the color is concerned, I know a lot of people ask about that. If you've worn it in the past, it's going to feel pretty much the same on the Superfly 4 or the Best Obra. The Hypervenom Diamond Fit collar is a little bit different than the two that I just mentioned, but still quite similar if I'm completely honest. It takes some getting used to, but certainly doesn't get in the way, it doesn't feel restrictive or anything like that. It just creates a nice seamless sensation where it feels like the shoe flows onto your foot as opposed to something that is strapped to your foot. So overall, very comfortable shoe. Does take some getting used to, but once you do get used to them, you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. And again, the women's version of the Superfly 4 is no different in comparison to the men's version, other than the sizing and the color. In regards to the laces, on my left foot, I have the stock neon yellow or volt yellow laces that come with the shoes, and on my right foot, I have a pair of neon yellow with black dots SR4U replacement laces. If you're interested in a pair of replacement laces for yourself, be sure to check out the website www.sr4ulaces.com. Find a direct link to that website down below. On feet, and I have to say, on feet against a green grass background, I really like this colorway. I think if I were to pick a pair other than maybe the Stealth Pack ones, which I'm a big fan of, this would be the colorway that I would go for, just because I think it looks really good. I'm a fan of this shade of orangish yellow that Nike has gone for. As far as how these things fit and feel on feet, If you've never worn a mid-cut Flyknit model from Nike, they definitely will feel different, even a little bit strange you might describe it as, but definitely not in a bad way. It's a unique sensation that, again, you're going to have to be sold on the concept to want to go for something like a Superfly 4 or even a Nike Magista Obra. It certainly isn't for everybody, but again, if you like the idea and you buy into the whole concept behind the shoe, you're probably going to have a very, very positive experience. As far as comfort is concerned, I actually find these to be quite comfortable. It does have that sock-like sensation, and then the Flyknit is very, very thin. It's soft, it's flexible, it moves with your foot, it stretches and bends in all the right places. And again, it kind of fits and feels like a sock on your feet, but a very structured, supported sock, if that makes any sense. When you pull the laces tight, your foot is locked in place, and again, you get that nice, tight, responsive sensation that you would expect from a pair of mercurials. As far as how that mid-cut collar feels on your ankle, again, you'll notice it a little bit at first, but once you get used to the shoes, it's not something that you really pay attention to much anymore, and it certainly doesn't get in the way of when you're playing or anything like that. So again, if that was a concern, I really wouldn't worry about it too much. As far as fit is concerned, the Superfly 4, it's a mercurial, so it does have a tighter overall fit. If you have really wide feet, it's probably not the best option. You're really not going to get much stretch, if any at all, out of the Flyknit upper. So again, if you fit into past materials, you're going to fit into the Superfly 4. If you haven't fit into past materials, this is definitely one to avoid. As far as sizing is concerned, the Superfly 4 runs a little bit less than a quarter of a size long. So if your current mercurials fit you really snug, I would recommend going true to size, but if your current mercurials fit you a little bit big, then you may want to go half a size down. I wore the previous model mercurials, the Vapor 8, the Vapor 9, in a size 9 US with a really, really tight fit. I went for a 9 US in the Superfly 4, and the fit, in my opinion, is absolutely perfect. I'm right at the end, just because I was wearing them tight in the first place. But again, if you were wearing them a little bit bigger, it might be wise to go a half size down in the Superfly 4. But again, it's all about personal preference at the end of the day. So that's pretty much it as far as how these things fit. And I'll fours on feet. And just one more thing about the laces, it's not something you would notice until you actually lace them up, is that yes, they're a little bit thicker, but they also seem to be a little bit shorter. So for those that were complaining with the first two colorways that the laces were a little bit too long than they should be, which I would tend to agree with, they appear to be a little bit shorter on the latest colorway. So again, another little improvement that Nike has incorporated on the electric green Superfly 4. As far as how these shoes fit, from right out of the box, they fit your feet really well. I know a lot of people probably struggle to get them on for the first time. Once you figure out the technique, they're pretty easy to put on and take off. No real issues there whatsoever. And it really does wrap your foot and fit like a sock. There's no extra space on the inside of the shoe. And once you get used to how they feel, which may take a couple of hours of wear time, they definitely are very, very comfortable shoes. As far as blistering is concerned, I do hear from time to time people having issues with blistering on the heel, and everything with that has to do with the sizing. A lot of people are wearing these things too big, and because of how the shoe is designed, if they don't fit you properly, meaning if that there's too much extra space at the end of the toe, you're going to have heel slippage and you're going to get blisters because of it. There's no real way of fixing it unless you get the right size. So again, if you are ordering either Superfly 4s or Magista Obras from Nike, I would strongly recommend buying a size that fits you with very little extra space at the toe. You want them to have more of a snug fit in order to fit and feel properly. Now in terms of the overall width, it is a mercurial model, so it does have a tighter overall fit. It's not going to stretch because it is a Flyknit material. It'll soften up perhaps a little bit more than it already is from right out of the box, but the way they fit from right out of the box is more or less the way they're going to fit for their entire lifespan. So again, if you have excessively wide feet, it's probably best to stay away. Although I would say these are a touch wider than what you're going to get from the standard Mercurial Vapor 10, but still on the narrow side, so please keep that in mind. As far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and length is absolutely perfect. So for the most part, I would recommend going true to size in the Superfly 4. If you're wearing a Vapor 9 right now or an older Mercurial model, which I would say also runs true to size, these run about a quarter size larger. So unless your current Mercurials are too big for you, then you probably could go a half size down in the Superfly 4. But if you're wearing your current Mercurial Vapors, with a snug fit, I would strongly recommend going shoe size or the proper fit in Superfly 4. So these Flare Superflys on feet. On my left foot I have the stock laces that come with the shoes. On my right foot I have a pair of neon yellow with black dots SR4U replacement laces. If you're interested in a pair of replacement laces for yourself, the website to go to is www.sr4ulaces.com. You'll find a direct link to that website down below in the description of this video. Now in terms of how these things fit and feel on the feet, if you haven't tried the Superflys yet, you are not necessarily missing out, but it definitely is a shoe that feels different from everything else out there at the moment. It's got a nice snug fit to it. Obviously it does have a tighter feel, which you would expect from a mercurial model. The Flyknit upper is flexible in the right places, but also does have some firmness to it in order to maintain a nice responsive sensation on your feet. And for the most part, the Superfly 4 and really any of the mid-cut models from Nike just takes some getting used to. A lot of people frequently encounter issues with discomfort in the heel and it feeling a little bit stiff, and that's just because it fits and wraps your heel differently from a normal shoe because of this mid-cut design. But once you get used to that, once you break them in nice and slowly, you shouldn't have too many issues in the long run. It really is important that you get the right size. If they're too big, they're just not going to fit you properly, your heel's never going to be locked in, and you are going to have those issues with discomfort. But again, if you take things slow, you shouldn't have too many problems. In regards to width, it is a tighter fitting shoe. They're not really going to stretch much at all. The way they fit from right out of the box is the way they fit for their entire lifespan. So if you're looking to get a pair and you have excessively wide feet, probably not the best option for you, although they will fit most people. In regards to sizing, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would